Hey everybody, it's Rob with Cherry City Guns and Ammo, and today we're playing around with a Ruger Mini 14 ranch rifle. Stick around. Alright, like I said, we're out here with the Ruger Mini 14 Ranch. This is a rifle that's been around for a long time. Yeah, they've been making them for many decades. They call it the Mini 14 because if you look at this action, it's very similar to the action of an M14 that was chambered in 308 or M1A, whatever you would call it, or even going back to the old M1 Garand. It had the same type of rotating bolt. And really the biggest difference between like the M1 Garand and the M14 was the M1 Garand used the 8-round Garand clips, whereas the M14 went to a removable magazine. And once again, this is just kind of a shrunken down M14. They use a magazine that looks very similar to an AR magazine, but they don't insert the same way. These you have to put in at kind of an extreme angle because it has this hole in the front, and that hole has to catch on this little pin that's inside. So you have to put it at this really extreme angle and then rock it into place. Let's shoot up close real quick. Let's see how it does. The safety on it is this, just like on the M14 and the M1 Garand. That little fin pushed forward is fire. Let's shoot our Scoops TV gong there. And this thing throws brass like a mile. Let's hit our big silhouette. Let's go down our plate rack there. Man, let's hit our 60-yard silhouette. I can't see nothing. Let's see. Go back to the Scoops TV gong. Go to our spinner. And I hit right under it. And we are empty. So let's load it up and see what we can do long distance. Alright, we got a few more rounds loaded up here. Let's try to hit that 60-yard silhouette. See, it is right there. Green silhouette. See about hitting it at 60. I am having a hard time hitting it. It's so weird. Literally a few minutes ago, I was trying this gun out at 100 yards and hitting my 100-yard silhouette without a problem. It seems like they are going to the left. Let me make some adjustments and we'll be right back. Okay, so we had to take a little bit of a break, and the reason we had to take a break is because of one of the shortcomings of the Ruger Mini 14. If you don't really know the way how guns work, or metal in general, so gun barrels vibrate. They have a harmonic vibration, and if anything interrupts that, it can definitely throw off the accuracy. And then metal expands when it's hot. Well, we had shot this enough that it was getting rather hot. And the way that Ruger Mini 14s are made is you have a lot of stuff touching the barrel. And once the barrel starts to expand, it can touch things like things that are attached to it and actually push the barrel off. So before, I wanted to see where the sights were hitting, and before we started the video, I shot this at the 100-yard target and hit 4 out of 5 times, not even really taking my time. But we'd shot it enough that it was getting hot enough. At 60 yards, I was holding to the right of the silhouette and still missing to the left because of how much it heated up. Now we're nice and cool. We should be able to shoot a little bit more accurately again. But that's one of the things you gotta look at with guns. Is this something you're gonna shoot a lot? And are you gonna want to shoot a lot and still maintain accuracy? Well, anything that has a lot of stuff in contact with the barrel, that can definitely throw it off a bit. So that's another consideration. That's why like match rifles, it has what they call a floated forearm. So like the wood stock or whatever the stock's made out of does not touch the barrel. The barrel does not touch anything except for the very front of the receiver. It just floats in there with nothing touching it. So that way when that barrel expands, it doesn't touch the stock or anything else and shift the point of impact. So it's cool enough. I'm going to be bold and I'm going for that 100-yard target. Let's see if we can find it there. It is, where is it? It's way out there. It is right there. You have that little red silhouette out there. Let's see, now that we've let it cool off, if we can hit that. No idea where I'm hitting. Let's hit the 60-yarder. So at least we're able to hit the 60-yarder with no problem aiming right at it, whereas before I was holding right and still missing left. So the whole thing with the barrel heating up can really make a difference. Now if you wanted to hunt with this, that probably wouldn't become a problem, because when you're hunting, you're not doing a lot of high volume shooting. If you're doing it right, hopefully it doesn't take you more than one shot, and that's gonna be a cold bore shot, so it shouldn't really cause much of an issue. But we definitely saw it created a huge issue with this gun once we warmed up. Let's load it up and do a little bit more shooting and see if we can put a few more rounds on target. All right, you know, we only shot 5 rounds and it's already getting warm again. It really doesn't take long and then it throws things off. So that's your biggest detractor. But one of the things that I love most about the Mini 14 is I was a kid in the 80s and I spent a lot of time watching the A-Team with my dad, and that's what they carried. They carried in Mini 14s, but they were the stainless steel model that had wood to here, and then it had a metal folding stock. And if I was, this is a loaner gun for making videos, if I was to ever purchase one of these for myself, I'd be going for that A-Team model with the folding aluminum stock. And you know, it's for like pure nostalgia. Honestly, these rifles are not cheap. You can't pick these up for more or less than about 800 bucks. It's about the cheapest I've seen a Ruger Mini 14 Ranch in recent years. And for 800 bucks, you can build or buy an AR-15 that is, it may not be more accurate on that cold bore shot, but is going to maintain its accuracy as it heats up if you make sure that, you know, it's got a free floated fore end and things like that. You're going to maintain that accuracy for a lot longer and not get thrown off. So maybe this isn't the gun for you if you're looking for a high-end or high round count shooter, like if you're going to use it for like a match rifle where you're using a lot of shots, might not be the way to go. But there is some nostalgic charm to these guns. For one, like I said, like not only the A-Team, but mimicking that old M14 or M1 Garand type action, it's pretty cool. Let's go up close here. Let's just ding some stuff up close to finish this thing off. Let's see if I can hit my hostage popper. I can barely see it, but I'm gonna try to hit it. There we go. Boy, when it hits it, it sure whips it around. And one thing I've got to give this thing credit for, I have never seen brass fly so far. This is throwing the brass literally like 30 or 40 feet that direction. We've got a patio cover about 20 feet from where I'm currently standing, and we're literally throwing brass on top of the patio cover roof. Yeah, you don't want anybody to the right of you when you're shooting this, because it just launches it like you wouldn't believe. But it is a lot of fun. Very happy I got a chance to play around with these. Like I said, just the nostalgia and like cool factor. It's pretty darn cool. And maybe one of these days I'll pick up that A-Team model for nothing else, just because it's cool. You know, I've got plenty of AR-15s that I can shoot, like match style AR-15s, where I can shoot a lot of rounds without a big shift in impact. So I might need one of these just for the cool factor. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.